Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. MG here, MGCovers, bringing you a brand new handicapping video, how to correctly calculate against the spread numbers. And we're going to take what we learned today and apply it to the game 2 of the NBA Finals matchup. So super excited. This is a great video. Will make you drastically better in your handicapping. But before we get to that, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on all the social media outlets, MGCovers. Covers is spelled with a Z. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm going to give away all of my lines for today's matchups, which include Major League Baseball. I might throw in a soccer line as well as the NBA line. So I'm going to give all those out for free. I'll put it on my storyline. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll get all those lines for free. So again, today's video, we're going to talk about the correct way to calculate against the spread numbers. The large majority of people interpret against the spread numbers incorrectly. We've all seen these on websites. This team is 11-6 against the spread, right? Which is not the, it can leave a lot to be interpreted. If a team's 11-6 against the spread, all of those spread numbers are different. It could be, you know, that one game they could have won when they were plus 3.5. Another time they could have been minus 6.5. So a lot of that really is how they're perceived in the marketplace. Are they undervalued in the marketplace? Or are they overvalued in the marketplace? The correct way to calculate against a spread is to take the number that you actually have in that game and then go back and see how many times they've covered that particular line. Okay, I do this in I did this. I don't wager on NHL totals, but I did do this. But you can use this for any sport, and once you see it in a live example, you understand it. So let's talk about. No, that wasn't the one I wanted to show. Okay, here we go. So we're going to take tonight's NBA Finals game 2, Lakers and the Heat. Currently, Lakers are minus 9.5. I'm recording this noon on Friday. So here's the way we do this. You can see over there to the right where it says against the spread. You know, they lost that one, won that one, lost one. I think that was a 1-1-1, lost 1. All right, so that's the square way to do it. That just shows if they won or lost against that spread number. So the correct way to do it, this is the sharp way to do it. We take that 9.5, which is the line that Miami is getting. Miami's getting 9.5 points, and we add 9.5 to all of these games. And another sharp way to do it is let's just look at the last 10 games. So we're going to add 9.5 to the spread of the final score, and let's see how many times Miami covered. Of course, the game they just lost where they got killed obviously did not cover that one. You can see there, scroll down, September the 25th against Boston. They lost that one in a blowout. Did not cover even if you add 9.5 points. The Boston matchup, 106-117. Got, I would say, not really blown out, but lost more than 9.5. So if we add 9.5 to that 106, that still comes up short. And if you scroll down to the game against Milwaukee on September the 6th, if you add 9.5 to that 115, they still they covered that. So out of those 10 games, when you add 9.5 points to Miami's final, they are covering 7 out of 10, 70% of the time. That's pretty good, okay? So what we'll do is we'll take that same approach and apply it to the Lakers. Oops, I did the same thing again. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we're going to take 9.5 points away from the total of the Lakers' last 10 games. So you see that first one there, 116-98 covered, 117-107 covered, 114-108 when they beat Denver. Okay, that would be a loss. Okay, so you take 114 minus 9.5, and that doesn't cover. Of course, they're going to lose. They don't cover in the game they actually lost to Denver. And then they had a close one with Denver where they won 105-103. If you subtract 9.5, they didn't cover that one. And you scroll all the way down, Had a close one there at Houston on September 10th, still covered. Again, a close one on September the 8th. They covered that one, as well as the one on September 6th. So if you take 9.5 points away from the Lakers, they still cover 70% of the time. Now, what would this comes up a lot in NBA, and this is a great way. I talk about this in one of my coaching videos for clients. This is a great way to handicap, and this is, again, the correct way to calculate against the spread numbers. What would be ideal in this situation? The Lakers are covering 70% of the time, and let's say the Heat are covering 70% of the time. When you add 9.5 points, and then you take away 9.5 points to the Lakers, and let's say the Lakers were only covering 40% of the time, that would definitely indicate an advantage against the spread on that 9.5 in favor of the Heat. However, in this situation, there's not really an advantage. My Lakers are, and this shows how good the Lakers are, which is one of the reasons why we played the Lakers 2 nights ago when the line was only 4.5. So, that's the correct way to calculate it. And again, I'm not really going to tell you which direction I'm leaning on per se. Obviously, tonight's game, Miami is the non-public team, and obviously the sharp play. But you're just not going to play a game just because you're fading the public, even though that quote is the sharp play. That's just one piece of it. So hopefully this video helps. You can do this. You can do this in any league, really. How I do it in hockey totals is, let's say if the team, say the total line is 5. Okay, I'll look at the last 10 games of the home team. How many times have they gone over that 5, right? Let's say they've gone over 6 out of 10 times. And I look at the away team. The away team has gone over 8 times out of 10. So that's 60% for the home team, 80% for the away team. And the way I calculate the line is I go, okay, this team has it. These teams combined have a 70% chance of going over that 5. And that's how I do it on totals for NHL. So hopefully that video helps. Any questions, shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to break it down in more detail. Don't forget, if you want to become a client, you can do that for as little as $29.95. That gives you access to all of my coaching videos, all of my power rankings for all sports. If you would like to get all of that, power rankings, my coaching videos, in addition to that, all of my plays for all sports, that is $49.95 a month. And if you would like to become a client and join for a year, that is the best value. That is $249. That gives you all of that I just mentioned for an entire year, $249. There are links in the description box to sign up for that. Hey, good luck this weekend. Let's have a profitable weekend. Peace.